What's up everyone, Jammy here back again with some more WWE Champions content. And welcome ladies and gentlemen to the new MLC, and it is the Ring of Immortality. So we are into Hall of Fame month, and as you can see from the left side of my screen, we have some new Hall of Fame characters this month. So we have Hall of Fame Molly Holly is going to be our freebie for the month. We've got Goldberg, who is going to be our chase character, and Hall of Fame Farouk is going to be our 3K. Now, this is only going to be a 3-week contest, so calling it MLC, although it's only going to be 3 weeks. And we're going to start this off with a talent up. We have Faction Feud this weekend. So we're going to hop into the roster and we're going to make some moves and see who we can work on today to improve the roster. Okay, so just before we get right into the talent up, I'm actually just going to preface this with showing that there has been a moderate change to the talent up point scheme. For anyone who is not already aware, obviously beforehand we used to be able to get 1 point for every coin we spent, and they have slightly changed that now, as you can see at the bottom of the screen here, in that we are now only getting a point for every 100 coins that we spend, meaning so before we used to get, if you spent 1,000,000 coins you would get 1,000,000 points, and now if you spend 1,000,000 coin you are only going to get 10,000 points. Which is a big difference in the grand scheme of it. But yeah, so we need to take that into consideration with this talent up as well. It may mean a few additional moves need to be made. So let's hop across to the roster this time and actually take a look at who we're going to work on. Alright, so first move is going to be to work on our freebie for the month, and that is going to be Molly Holly. I got Molly at 3-star silver on this occasion, as opposed to the normal 4-star. I'd cut back a little bit for this month, but all the same, we are still going to work on her, so we need to put levels and TP in to her, so we are going to do that very quickly and come back. Alright, so we've maxed out Molly at 3-star silver, and in actual fact we have already got enough tokens to take her up to 3-star gold. So we're going to click that button and take her up as well. And then with that done, I will add levels and TP to take her max, or to max her up at to max her up at 3-star gold. I'm so not used to saying 3 stars these days. So yeah, we will put in the levels and the TP to max her at 3-star gold, and that is where she will stay, and we will come back with the next move. Alright, so time for the second move, and we are going to work on a new Hall of Famer that I recently managed to get from the club store, and that is Hall of Fame Hulk Hogan. So obviously Hall of Fame month, I figure Hogan is likely to be needed at some point, so makes sense to stick levels and TP into Hogan and try and get him up into the 6-star territory, ready to go for this coming MLC. So we will start dumping the resources in, and we will come back when we are ready to finish up with Hulk Hogan. Alright, so we took Hogan to 6-star bronze, and I debated taking him to 6 silver, but unfortunately, because I am a little bit light on the 1-star tokens, I think I'm going to hold on Hogan at 6 bronze for the time being, because I do have one other Hall of Fame move that I want to make, which is also going to require bronze tokens, so I want to make sure I can do that first, and we may revisit Hulk Hogan later. So let's move across and make the other move. And that second move is going to be the Hall of Fame Ultimate Warrior. Another character who I fairly recently acquired, not really built much yet, got up to just shy of 15k. But we want to take warrior up to 6-star as well, because I have a sneak suspicion with no prior knowledge. This is just purely my suspicion that I'm gonna need him at some point in the next few weeks. So I want to be ready with warrior as well. So let's start on the resources into the Ultimate Warrior, and again we will come back when we're done, likely to be around the 6 bronze. Okay, so warrior is up to 5-star gold, and again we are going to button click this. And we take the Ultimate Warrior to 6-star bronze as well. So that's another good addition to our 6 stars, and another Hall of Famer ready to use if we need him this month. Okay, so moving on from the Ultimate Warrior, and we will go and see who is next on the list. Alright, next move in the talent up, and we are going to stick with the theme of strikers, but this time we are going to go back to one we've been putting on pause for a little while, which is the finishing of building Sherry Martel. Now, Sherry, obviously, for those who don't know, is a 34k trainer for multiply gems at adding strength 4. And currently at 28k with her, so we need to add that additional 6k, which means she needs to go to 6-star gold. So we're going to hit the button on that today. We're going to put the resources in and get her to 6-star gold, and then add any additional resources we need for the 34k. So let's get on with that. Okay, so we return back to Sherry with her maxed at 6 silver, and we click the button. And we take Sherry up to 6-star gold. It's going to be a nice additional little boost to my roster, and once we add in an extra chunk of coin to get her to 34k, which is going to be, what, 2.2? So about there. She goes to level 386. And Sherry is now giving us ×4 boost to our multiply gems, as well as being a new female in my 6-star golds. So that is a great move for me, and from this we can move on now and go and see who is next in line for taking up. Okay, so our next move is going to be me continuing my mark status for Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt 6. And we're going to take up Dexter Loomis, Mercy the Buzzard. Currently at 6-star bronze, and I want to take him higher. I'm going to look at 6-star gold, but we may stick with silver for now, depending on tokens and resources. So let's get started on Dexter. So we took Dexter Loomis to 6-star silver, and I did have designs on taking him to 6-star gold. However, I do have a couple of other moves to make, and I do want to just keep an eye on where I am with the talent up, because obviously with the change in point allowance for this talent up, I do want to be careful with how much resource I'm spending. So we're going to move on from Dexter for the time being. And I may come back to him, same as I may come back to Hall of Fame Hulk, but we will see. We have others to move as well, so let's move on from Dexter and go and see what's next. And next in the list is going to be continuing along the mark status of the Wyatt 6, but we go from Dexter, who is Mercy the Buzzard, to Joe Gacy, who is Huskus the Pig Boy. So I have Gacy at 6-star bronze as well, and we are going to do the same with Gacy as we did with Dexter and move him up to 6-star silver. I'm not going to take Gacy to gold. Obviously I planned to do that with Dexter and changed my mind on it, so I'm going to do the same with Gacy. So let's get resources in and come back when Gacy goes silver. Alright, so Gacy is up, and the good thing with Gacy is we have more than enough shards that we don't actually need to convert any, so we will take Gacy to 6-star silver. And I'm not gonna lie, I hadn't actually looked at Gacy's 6-star move, and now that I've leveled it up, I am very intrigued to try this out, because Gacy's 6-star move is the Uranagi, and it is modify a 1/6 area into leech gems, and at level 17 they are strength 1.7 million. And for leech gems, that is actually quite strong. And it goes to 1.8 million, which I'm actually going to click the button on now. So yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by this, which I didn't realise it was a biggie for Joe Gacy, so this is definitely one we are going to revisit at a later point. But yeah, so for the purpose of this talent up, that is Gacy done. So let's move to the next one and carry on with this talent up. As I saw from the top just now, we are finally heading towards the final milestone. So hopefully a couple more moves and we will be there. And moving on to our next, we are going to go on to Zombie Chelsea Green. Another move that I've held off on, which I should have been doing sooner than later, but Chelsea's taking a bit of a backseat to a few others, but we're finally going to start working her up now. She is currently at 5-star silver, and today we will be getting her at very least to 6-star bronze. So we have her already ready to hit the first button click, so I will take her to 5-star gold now. And then we'll start dumping resources and take her at least to 6-star bronze. So let's get started on that. Okay, so we're going to stop with Chelsea at 6-star bronze for the time being, and once again this is going to be one we may revisit depending. I've got one more move that I want to make for definite at the moment, and then depending where we are with Santa, we may come back to one of the previous. So let's go and see what this last one is. Alright, so final move we're going to make before potentially revisiting previous is going to be my Reality Era Showboat Charlotte Flair. I want to take Charlotte up a bit more, currently at 6-star bronze, but I've seen a few people taking her up and she can definitely do some damage now with her 1 MP multiply gem move and the Jade Plate. So I definitely think it's worth taking a bit further as well, because I don't actually have a top Reality Era female either, so Charlotte is definitely one worth taking. No coins put into her, just some moves to level up, so we're going to quickly throw that together and we'll take her to 6-star silver. And here we go with Charlotte. So maxed out at 6 bronze, take her to 6-star silver. We got both gears for Charlotte as well, which is an additional bonus. So I will definitely look forward to trying her out, and next talent up, if all goes favourably, I may even consider taking her to 6-star gold. But in the meantime, we are going to quickly go and take a look at the talent up, see how many points we have left, if any, and we may come back to revisit one of the previous ones, or we will come back and we will take a look at the roster. Well, we are still a little bit away from maxing a talent up, so we're going to come back and revisit Hall of Fame Hulk Hogan and take him from 6 bronze to 6 silver. And hopefully that will drag us across the line. So once again, we delve into the resources and we'll come back when Hogan goes to silver. Alright, one more button click, hopefully will take us past the target, and it did look on initial look at the top there like it has. So Hulk Hogan Hall of Fame goes to 6-star silver. And I believe that is talent up finally maxed in what has been quite an expensive talent up in the grand scheme of it for resources, but hopefully Scopely are aware of this and will be willing to throw some additional resources at us throughout this contest. So we're going to hop across to the roster and take a quick look at some of the improvements that we've made, see where we are now, and round this video out. Okay, so let's round this video out with a quick look at the roster, and we are up to 11.8 million in terms of roster talent now. So pushing very quickly towards that 12 million mark. And while we didn't have a lot of improvement in terms of our 6-star golds today, with only Sherry Martel added, we do have a bit more depth in terms of our 6-star silver and our 6-star bronze pools, with a number of superstars added in that today, which could potentially come into the 6-star gold range going forward. So yeah, that's gonna be it otherwise for today, guys. So I appreciate everybody watching as always, and please like, share and subscribe, all of the good stuff, and drop me a comment down below and let me know what you did for your talent up. And if, as always, there is anyone in amongst these roster of golds, or even amongst the roster of silvers, if there is anyone here you would like some gameplay on, please drop me a comment and let me know, and I will try and put it together for you. But otherwise, guys, that is it, so please keep jamming, and have a nice day.